Good morning, chaps. How you doing? Well, it was a bit of an exciting night last night. But anyway, before then, while we was having a meal, me and Helen decided that, right, we're done with wild camping now. We've really enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed the experience. And we're only about an hour away from Fez, so we thought, let's have a go. We're popping to Fez this morning, spend a day there and a night in a hotel, and then go to Chefchouen after that for a couple of days, and maybe spend a day out just on the bikes. So we'll stay in a hotel there, and then we'll whip up to Tangier and then take the ferry across to Tarifa in Spain, and then head towards Portugal along the coast, because we'd fancy do a swimming in the sea. That'd be a nice change, and leisurely ride through Portugal and enjoy the sights there also. But yeah, we've had many different wild camping experiences. We try and wild camp as stealthily as possible, which is difficult because, you know, it's surprising on your bike and even on my tent. You know, if you at night, if you flash a torchlight, you know, bits and pieces shine up. You know, even on my luggage, on the Krieger luggage, it shines up. So anyway, we've been conscious of that. So we always hope that we can camp without anyone knowing, but that has never happened. There's guaranteed there is, all over Morocco, there are shepherds with their flocks of sheep. You know, they will return home after a night. After a day of out with their sheep. That's always happened. Vast majority of time as well. There's dogs barking everywhere, and that's fine, as long as they're not too close. But a couple of days ago, we were in a nice spot. We thought we were safe. A few people got to see that we were there, no matter how well we tried to hide. There was some guy walked back to his he had some house in the forest, and so he'd finished work and gone there, and there was another guy with his flock of sheep as well that saw us, and one thing another. So you always worry about, you know, because someone knows you're there, that they might tell somebody, and then there's some guy who might want to cause trouble. But anyway, that's never happened, but it's always in the back of your mind. But what happened that 2 nights ago, which I didn't say before, was where we were parked with our tent and camp. There was a road that went around a bridge like this, around a bend. So if a car came down there, there'd be a lot of headlights on our tent. If a car came the opposite way, the same thing would happen. But we didn't really think of that. I mean, we were got to bed, and it just seemed like there was a load of flashlights, you know, like on the tent, and that made us panic. What the hell's going on? But anyway, so I'm just thinking about some bloody nutcase who wants to bloody kill you, you know. You think of the worst. And I got a powerful head torch, and I just knew if I could get out the tent, my head torch is going to be powerful enough to blind someone. So it's almost like a weapon. But when I poked my head out of the tent, I had this image of somebody knocking me on the back of the head. Oh my God. Anyway, I got out, done the flashlight, and I said to Helene, No, it's just got to be cars. It's got to be cars. So anyway, the next time a vehicle came down the road, I told her to stay in the tent and see if the effect on the tent was the same. And so the next vehicle that came down, it done the same thing. This is just people travelling from A to B. They wouldn't have seen us, but anyway, it was difficult sleeping that night, so we were tired all day yesterday, and we'd done quite a few miles, quite a few kilometres, I should say. So, last night, we drove around this lake, and it seemed to be a very popular spot for people to picnic. So we didn't get our tent out straight away. We left it until dusk. And so we started setting up tent. Thought nobody's going to see us. And a flock of sheep walks by with a shepherd. Right, that's one person that's seen us. And on the lake, now that it's dry, there's some guys who live up this track, and they're horsemen. So they give people, horse rides and try and get you to have pictures taken with you sat on the horses and that. A bunch of them came out. There must have been about 8 horses. And they tried to come over to us to try and, get a bit of money and whatever. And one horse done a real big shit next to our tent, which is very nice of them. But anyway, they went off peacefully, and we thought, we still felt really safe here, and got into bed about 10:30, and we were just about to fall off to sleep. Now, we've had real problems trying to fall asleep. You just got an active mind, whether you're worried about anything. But most of the time, for me personally, I just got an active mind at night. So we're just about to fall off to sleep, and about 11 o'clock, this vehicle comes driving through the woods here and stops, and it's shining their lights on our tent. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I thought, it's got to be police. We opened the tent, and it was the police. There's 3 policemen. They came over to us and said, it is forbidden to camp here. We need you to move. It was 11 o'clock at night, and we explained to them we were so tired. So anyway, they took our passports, they took the numbers of the motorbikes, one to another. They were nice, especially the one that was speaking to us. He spoke a little bit of English, and but he spoke French to Helene more, in more detail. But we explained how tired we were, and 11 o'clock at night, what are we going to do then, So, and we explained we were just here for one night, we're just passing through. And then they'd done all the checks, and but they said that, look, we're worried about your safety. Well, we didn't tell them we just spent the last two weeks stealth camping, all right, in Morocco. Anyway, they allowed us to stay the night, and but we had a really good night's sleep, which is good. So that was an experience. the police saying you can't camp here. I think it's because it's it's like a national park type thing and whatever. But the closer you get to civilization as such, like cities, and the more restrictions there's going to be. Whereas most of the time we've been wild camping, it's been in the mountains, and you don't even see police at all. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened to us last night. So yeah, but that's not the reason we're stopping wild camping. We're really easing up now, and we think we've done another fantastic experience here in Morocco, and it's just winding down time now, and yeah, try and get some good food in Fez and Chefchouen and have some good night's sleep, and then yeah, enjoy the trip back. Oh yeah, here's one of the horsemen going to work now. Bonjour, matey pips. Ça va? There you go. Tarifa.